It's huge out here. It's big country.
We've got millions and millions of acres of public ground.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's really a paradise for duck hunters that live in Idaho.
The variety of species that you can chase as a waterfowler, never knowing what's going to show up.
Anybody can come out here and hunt if you've got a proper license.
They're just amazing to see. Get 'em.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Thanks for tuning in to Ducks Unlimited TV. I'm Ashley Ward. I'm back in the field with Browning Shaundi Campbell on the Snake River in Idaho on this action-packed episode. We joined DU volunteer David Harper and friends running the river, finding the birds, and setting up for a great hunt. This is public access hunting at its finest, in some of the most breathtaking scenery of the Mountain West. All coming up next on DU TV.
One of my favorite things about having the Snake River in my backyard is just public access. We're hunting public ground today, and it's accessible by boat and by foot. We're gonna be cruising part of the Snake River, looking for some birds that are roosting on the water there, trying to identify some good places to go tomorrow.
So we are here this morning, not so cold,
Oh, much better.
on the Snake River. I am here with my friend Shaundi from Browning, and we are having such a good time here in Idaho. We were, this is part of the Oregon Trail, which is really cool. We were doing a little wiki history before the sun came up this morning, so we could kind of remember the backstory. Over here. All right! Woohoo!
Take it.
I was like, we gotta take
you.
this bird.
So this morning we were hunting an island out in the middle of the Snake River. Pretty historic place. It's in a chain of islands that the early settlers, as they traveled the Oregon Trail, this is where they could cross the Snake River effectively, floating their wagons from island to island as they were to cross.
I'm just sitting here looking at this river going, what were the explorers thinking?
Am I gonna die?
Right?
Yeah, that's
Could you
probably-
imagine following this thing, trying to figure out how to cross it?
I can't.
And then you get to this point and they say you're gonna float your wagon from this island to that island to that island, and then across that big part, and then you'll be good. Yeah, they sink a lot of boats, or a lot of wagons.
There's a single.
And to see places that have historic values such as this, or even places that hold birds and a variety of species, it's important to do that conservation work and keep that stuff here for new hunters, future generations, and to be able to preserve the sport that we care about and be able to continue it for generations to come.
Take them.
Hey, yeah! beautiful.
Great looking birds.
Those are huge.
Corn-fed Idaho greenheads.
He's beautiful.
Ooh. Look at the head on that thing. Golly, that's a big bird.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Blades, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited. Browning Firearms, the best there is. And by Ducks Unlimited's Ducks Expo at Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating everything outdoors.
You know, we had kind of a slow day to start with, but you know, even 3 ducks was fine with us. We had a great time. We laughed. We got to know each other. Rex and David, they did a phenomenal job of setting us up in some really cool spots. Set us up really good for day 2.
Take 'em.
Talk about, you know, having Shaundi and Ashley here as entertainment.
Oh, reuniting with Ashley has been spectacular. So when I got the phone call that Ashley was going to invite me on a second hunt, I kind of couldn't believe it. We just started laughing. From the minute we got together, we just started laughing. You couldn't separate us.
I think as hunters, when you go and you experience new things, to me it kind of bonds you closer to that person.
Take them.
Ashley was showing me a Drake widgeon.
It was fun to be able to show Shaundi the different colors of the widgeon, and
She was showing me how pretty it was.
He's beautiful.
isn't he pretty? You can really see it in the sunlight.
And I looked up and there was a duck banking around. I'm pretty sure I just shoved her out of the way and picked up my gun.
Good shot! Good shot.
That was all you.
I'm a little competitive, maybe a lot competitive. Like, that thing's coming right in. What's anybody doing?
I'm like giving
Rope
a lesson.
the bird!
I'm like giving a lesson on the widgeon, like Mamaw, you know, you just can see the green in the
way.
Back to the widgeon.
Oh, okay. There's another one. You better just move.
I really never thought, you know, my duck blind best friend would be from Mississippi, but she is, and she has the best southern accent you could ask for.
They're peanut butter crackers, and in the South we just call them nabs.
Keeps us all going in the blind.
And on the next edition of Ducks Unlimited TV, In the Spread, with host Ashley Ward and guest Shaundi Campbell, because that's the only guest we'll have on the show, or will participate.
Hunting with these 2 gals this morning has been a ton of fun.
On the mic is a queen. Now listen to me sing. She wants a number 3 supersize on your ring.
And these 2 are constant entertainment all morning.
Good shot. Would anybody like a pack of nabs?
Just some crunch, a little bit creamy. I think you have to have a drink, but you know what?
You know what it goes well with? You ever had an RC cola?
Like cheap cola out of the store.
Cheap cola?
In between lulls of birds, just laughing, having a good time.
Blasphemy. It's Royal Crown Cola.
Definitely going to be a hunt that we'll remember for a while. Huh? Sorry.
Look, we talk so much they're not even listening anymore.
I was doing some work stuff, and yeah, my bad.
We're kidding.
So are we.
I know, you were doing your work,
stuff.
I was doing my work. Just getting things taken care of. Multitasking here in the blind.
The American West is rugged country with mountain peaks, providing the backdrop for a beautiful but unforgiving landscape. Early settlers headed there for the promise of wide open spaces where they became ranchers and fur trappers, mountaineers and miners. They found game in plentiful numbers and abundant waterfowl living in the valleys around great rivers and expansive marshes. As the population expanded, wetlands were drained mostly for crop production. And with habitat loss, the vast waterfowl flocks disappeared. Today, though, the birds are back, thanks to Ducks Unlimited working with state and federal partners. Ongoing habitat restoration projects in Idaho and other western states have restored critical wetlands for breeding and migrating waterfowl. An example of this work in action is the Marsh Creek Restoration Project. Marsh Creek is a tributary of the Snake River, flowing through wetlands basins. For this project, located on a large private ranch, DU biologists and engineers teamed up with the ranchers, modifying creek flows to bring the wetlands back to life. To learn more about how Ducks Unlimited is restoring western landscapes, visit ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com. DUTV is powered by Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And Plano Synergy and Zinc Calls, a champion in every call.
When I started with Browning, it was cool to find out how many relationships we had with different conservation groups. RMEF, Pheasants Forever, Quail Forever, and Ducks Unlimited. You know, I've kind of had a passion for Ducks Unlimited, and to find out how much we do, even behind the scenes.
Everywhere we can get involved and really help out sportsmen is where we're at.
That's so good. You know, it really seems that, you know, Browning just has this strong passion for conservation. I mean, it's just, to me, kind of like rooted into, you know, the core and the beliefs of what Browning is really all about.
It really is. We've, you know, from the start, we've really tried to help out. Even like our local chapters. We're really involved with our local chapters.
That's great.
And we try to help out nationally as well. So with Rocky Mountain Elk and DU and
Right.
everybody, it really is who we are.
Fun fact, I brought 2 guns that we used last year on the Great Salt Lake. And they worked flawlessly. So we took them out of the salt, we brought them here a year later. We were using the Maxxis with the Cerakoted receiver and barrel with the Mossy Oak bottomland, because that's Ashley's favorite and she always asks for that one. Or Mossy Oak Shadow grass blades. We brought Ashley a 28-inch barrel and me a 26-inch barrel. I wanted to see how it'd swing. 26 was phenomenal. Ashley did well with the 28. Ammo-wise, we're using the Browning BDX 2-shot because that's Ashley's favorite. The 3-inch 2-shot has been phenomenal with the extended choke tube. We did use an IC that turns it into a mod. And for me personally, I pull up the Maxxis a little bit nicer than I do the A5. I feel like I'm looking over the hump a little bit, but it's really, you know, shooter preference. Go pull up a gun at any store and see, you know, what you feel. What feels best for you? That's really where, you know, each gun will shine. Don't go pick out a gun and think, oh, this is it. Make sure you pull it up, try it out. We can both shoot that one really well. It swings really nice. It's a lightweight, light recoiling gun. And we couldn't have done any better, I don't think, without, you know, having the Maxxis here.
They worked so good.
That was, I mean, that's how it's supposed to. Oh, look, a little feather. Oh, in my box. Is that
fell right down?
Is that Browning's new thing?
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to do it that
I didn't
quick.
either. That was pretty.
It was really pretty. A really
I
good
think
group.
everybody got a shot. I mean,
Yeah, that was great. They came in just how they were supposed to. They weren't too far on the right, too far on the left. They were right there in the middle.
Hi, I'm Fred Zink with Zink Calls. I want to talk to you about mixing different calls together to sound like more than one species of ducks on the water. Now this hunt here on the Snake River, they're going to be hunting a variety of ducks, mostly mallards and mostly widgeon, some divers. But if you're on the Snake River, or if you're anywhere in the United States where there's multiple species in there, especially late in the year, I like to mix my species up. Now we call this a Drake whistle because this does a Drake wood duck, Drake pintail, Drake widgeon, Drake mallard, and a Drake teal, green-winged teal. So when you put that all together, well, what you have is a series of whistling ducks. It's very, very common in many marshes. You put that in right with your hen mallard sound. Now, a hen pintail also sounds very similar. A hen gadwall, a hen teal, all have that. All hens similar in sound. You put these together, you got 2 or 3 people in the blind calling. You need to mix it up, okay? So instead of trying to sound like a group of hunters, try to sound like ducks on the water. Remember, even when late in the year, when I'm working mallards and they're floating over the blind, instead of only using my mallard call, I'm gonna throw a widget in there. Very, very useful call to sound like live ducks on the water and not hunters. For more information on Zink calls, check us out online at zinkcalls.com.
Duck Talk with Fred Zink, powered by Plano Synergy and Zink Calls, a champion in every call. DUTV is brought to you by Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation. That's Higdon. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
Take him.
Well, this week's been quite the experience. You couldn't get an experience like this anywhere else. Idaho has something special here.
We were seeing mallards and widgeon and pintail and golden eyes and teal. We saw teal. I mean, just tons of different species.
And the Snake River is a gem in that it doesn't freeze very often, and so we've always got a lot of open water around to hold these birds and provide that different habitat so that you can hunt one stretch of the Snake that's got some good diver habitat. You can go around the corner, pop into a little slough that's a great puddle duck place. It makes the variety in this state unbeatable for waterfowl hunting. Conserving places like this are super important in that it's fun to be able to bring new people out to enjoy sports like this. So early on, starting with Ducks Unlimited, it was important to me to be involved in that this is a great sport. It's something that we love to do. We fell in love with it early on, and it was our way to be able to give back. We spend a lot of time in the field. Ducks Unlimited helps not only waterfowl in the area, it helps water quality, it helps fish, it helps big game.
Take him.
It was a good way for us to be able to get involved, especially myself, meet other hunters, meet new people, get to learn some tactics and stuff that maybe I hadn't thought about in the past, be able to give back to the sport and the community that I really care about and enjoy to participate in.
It's amazing when you're having such a great time how just quick the trip goes by. And we've had a lot of new experiences, and again, I've so enjoyed getting to know Shaundi so much better and just being able to have another friend in the industry.
I'm telling you, the tee shots are where it's at.
Someone who gets it, you know, someone who appreciates it on such a deep level too.
I love widgeon. They're so pretty.
That's really cool for me as somebody who's just loved and admired Brownings for so long. You know, you think back on the years even before we were born, what Browning meant for waterfowlers. You know, to me, whenever you think of waterfowling, you think of Browning, you think of the 8.5. I think it's such a legacy for duck hunters, and it's such a neat thing that Ducks Unlimited is able to be partnered with Browning, and that they're able to give us their support and be a proud partner and giving back to conservation. And it really all kind of comes full circle. You know, just being able to hang out with Rex and David, you know, they've been some of the most accommodating, and, you know, we've just all kind of bonded and, you know, become friends, and it's been a lot of fun to share blind with them as well. We've had a lot of laughs, and I think mainly they were laughing at me and Shaundi, probably thinking these girls can talk and they can giggle.
Take him.
Bam!
Good shot! Holy cow! I mean, look, you pulled up and just went bam.
Oh yeah. Just
Wait, here. Ooh. Hey, have you ever seen that SNL skit with the Target lady with Kristen Wiig?
Arrogant.
Welcome to Target. Oh yeah. She's like, where'd you get this chapstick? Oh, it's fantastic. Look at the mallard. Welcome to Target. That's what you're doing. Look at the mallard that I shot. It's a great thing, and we just appreciate everything that Browning is doing for Ducks Unlimited, and not just for Ducks Unlimited, but for conservation in general, for all the other conservation organizations that they do contribute to and help out. And you know, they're really doing great things, and they're giving back, and that's so important, and we thank them for that.
What a great time enjoying the wonderful outdoor experience that is the state of Idaho. Thanks to Shaundi Campbell for joining us, and to Browning Arms and Ammunition for their support of DUTV. Thanks for watching and for backing waterfowl conservation through your support for Ducks Unlimited. Please visit us anytime at ducks.org, and see you next time on DUTV.